Folks. Folks. Woke folks. Friends, welcome. I'm live. I don't know what to say. You know, I'm having a little bit of a weird day. Maybe going live is not the best idea. But here I am, squad. Because you guys cheer me up. Not that anything wrong has happened. Not that anything bad has happened. Not that it's too off normal from a normal day. But I'm just a sad lad today. Okay? For no reason at all. Alright? So, maybe this isn't the best time to go in and try to spit knowledge and wisdom at your LOA questions. But maybe it is. So whatever, dude. What's up, Steve? How you doing? You know, you guys always cheer me up. It's just one of those days, dude. In my mind, I got all this stuff to do, but I can't insert myself in any one thing and do it in a cohesive. I can't make anything great right now, you know? So. Wow, dude. That's great. You cried in the metaphysical shop. There can be a lot of energy in those places. Sometimes I walk into a crystal shop and I'm like, ooh, upgrade ya. But yeah, crying. What a release, right? It's great. Gotta do more crying, dude. I'm a crying advocate. I'm here for crying. But I want to show you guys. Like, I wanted to answer your questions. So we'll see if we can do that for you. Right, dude. You know, there is this pressure. Like, I got to show up, dude. Especially, like, now that I reluctantly got into this law of attraction thing, trying to teach everybody how to raise their vibrations. Now, it's not okay to come on here sad or a mad lad. I have to be perfect angel every single time you see me. Or else I would not be living up to my character. But, fuck it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, dude? We're humans. We out here. So, now in this state, I'm just going to try and go mash at some of your guys' questions anyways and see where we can go. See what we can do, right? So, thanks, Steve. Thanks for the support, my guy. Let's go big screen cam. That's me. Hey. So now, friends, look at this. So I got a lot of sign-ups to the guide. You guys, thank you. A lot of people were joining the Discord. A lot of people are asking questions. I already got feedback. People are like, yo, I loved your guide. I got a lot out of it. Next level. Okay. So here's a bunch of sign-ups, and I figured, like, I don't want to share people's information, but in the last couple of days, we had about 30 people sign up. And I asked these people, you people, friends, family, squad, I asked you guys. So where can we go with this? I asked you guys your questions, your law of attraction questions. What do you want to know, right? You know what? I'm experimenting with something like, look at this. Come on, let's go back up to the top, Trav. Click 30 days. Mirror practice, son. So you guys got feedback. I want to make this a working document. So Becca came back and she gave some insight to the mirror practice, right? She works with clients and she found some stuff that's helpful for people. And so I just quoted her directly, stuck it in the guide. And if you click on notes from squad, it's going to take you over to the Discord group. So I think that's a cool little like insertion where we can kind of build this thing together, right? It's not just me preaching. We all have some stuff to say, so I can just facilitate that. Us are all together. Hey, S. Marie, how's it going? Welcome back yourself, because since I'm back, then you're back. So that's great. It's good seeing you again. Daryl, thank you, Daryl. I appreciate it. I'm trying not to play games and characters. Just be who I am, right? So, whatever. We'll see how it goes, because it's difficult. But I need to manifest money, bro. I moved to the Rockies. I want to have it come easily without much action. I got a passive income school. Like, I think, you know, come easily without much action. I mean, you can do that. Like, I want to... Another time I want to come on here and tell my story about how, you know, the wife and I she's pregnant. We're on food stamps. She goes to the grocery store and somebody had to buy, her card got declined, so she couldn't buy toilet paper and tampons. Like, so somebody behind her had to pay for that. That was one of those like rock bottom moments that we've had. You know, and it's wild trusting this game, being like, it's all going to work out. Because you get to those places and you're like, man, did I fuck this up? But it's like, now that you've had so many different successes and so much just like letting go and releasing. Like when I was a single person, I used to let go and release and not care what happened, even if I'm sitting out in the rain or whatever. But now you get a family and you have more responsibilities, so it becomes more difficult. But it's like that same thing where you just trusted and you just like let go of all this stuff you think you need, and you rise to the surface, you bubble up with something. That's beautiful. So, as far as coming easily, like basically money is a transfer of energy, and you have to give a lot of value in order to get. Now, there's masters that can manifest out of thin air, right? But it's likely that we're not quite on that level yet. So I'm not saying that you can't just manifest money out of nowhere, win the lottery. But I guess my best advice there would be that you're provided for. Like the universe is providing for you. So you think you need all this money, but just like take count of what you have right now and how abundant you already are. And like, if you can't pay the rent, oh, well, not paying the rent. Where am I going to go then? You know? Just like try not to worry, especially if you're a single person. Just worrying about yourself, and just fucking lean into it. Enjoy the ride. Now, guys, this one's called questions answered. So, like I showed you, we got a bunch of people. Now, these are all the people that signed up for the Law of Attraction Mastery Guide. So, let me show you how to do that if you're not signed up yet. TravisEric.com, Charlie. Then go to LOA, body. So I got all these guides up here at the top. This is like my model right now. Is these guides. Click on LOA or just go TravisEric.com/LOA. Easy to spell, easy to remember. Pop in here. Guys, I added an extra question. There. Because like, what's your biggest sticking point? Like a lot of people have problems. I want to try to, look, what if I get 100 people that can tell me their biggest sticking point, and then I could like stick that in the guide, you know, the top answer. So see how it kind of makes sense to do this? So what's your number one law of a question or desire? I added or desire, but whatever. Dude, go fill this out. Name, last name, best email, some questions, submit that thing, and then that's going to give you direct access. The email that you put in there, I'm going to send you this folder over, okay? So then that's what we're seeing. I put a video up 2 days ago, and I got these signups, okay? So now I was hoping that I could go live and just go through these signups and just kind of riff off on my thoughts on what your guys' questions were, right? Maybe that would be helpful. Maybe that would be entertaining. Namaste. My thoughts on Bashar. I'm in a mood right now, okay? So, but that mother, I got nothing against Bashar. Daryl Inca, though, he copyright strikes on my videos. You know, and I'm just a big firm believer in like spreading this knowledge if you have it, and not like this whole like old control system of like, this is mine, is just disgusting to me. So spread it, give it away, spread it. Especially if you're channeling an entity, like why hoard this? You know, and then he came on as Bashar and he was like, he's like, it'll get out to too many people if people are sharing it. Like, dude, if you're watching it, then you're accepting that you're able to watch it. So like, you're being a Dingleberry Dan guy, okay? Knock it off. Quit playing with it like this. But as far as Bashar, those are my personal gripes. Those have nothing to do with Bashar himself and his information that's coming through. Now, I haven't listened to him in a long time, but when I did, I really enjoyed his stuff. Okay? I really enjoyed his stuff. So, Steve, dude, go get the guide right here, though. This LOA passive income guide. My guy, Steve, you want to move up to the Rockies? You want to make cash sitting on your ass? That's what the passive income school is for. We're trying to align it with your passions and what you love doing, so then it comes effortlessly, because truth is, you don't really want to win the lottery and just sit around all day. You want to have something that gives your life purpose. You want to be able to give to other people and like to receive that energy and have an energy exchange, and then find a way to be abundant like that, right? So it's so much more than just like, how do I get money? But in the guide. S. Murray, welcome to the guide. Let me know what you think. See you in the Discord, S. Murray. I've been back in the Discord. Are there more spiritually minded people where you were at? I will get the guide. I'm glad you're going to get the guide. Yes. Now, you guys, I'm doing... I'll let you guys in on the chat if you're just watching. Sometimes it looks like I'm talking to myself, but do you do that? Now, what is this? Is this screwed up? It is screwed up. Is it screwed up? Is it screwed up? I told you I was in a weird mood today. So. Mike, how does it feel to answer LOA questions and to identify as an expert on the subject? It feels weird. I don't know. I don't necessarily identify as an expert on the subject. I think I have a really like a deep understanding that I don't see a lot of people like go to, you know, and even in the guide, there's some, dude, but I got problems. Like I'm not like, let me show you how to walk on water, you know, like, but I've been living this way, you know, and I have an understanding that I don't notice in the community. And I'm like, you guys are missing it. Like a lot of people walk along the surface of things, and I can tell that with the law of attraction. You got a lot of dancing monkeys out there, like da 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 da, you know. But then when they tell you stories about the hardest thing that they ever went through, and it's like, this small little thing is like really difficult, and then I overcame it. And I'm like, oh, you've never actually put this shit into practice. You've never actually been at the bottom where you're fucking like, okay, now what? You know, like now what? Now do I just feel good? Is that what I do? So I'm in a mood. But you feel me? Yeah, so Steve, and that's a huge misconception that people have, is that they're like, well, there's experts out there, and I mean, I did this to myself for a really long time, like especially about the paleo diet and stuff. It's like, sure, I could teach you some stuff about the paleo diet, but go look at Rob Wolf, go look at Chris Kressler, look at these guys who have already built a brand, who have already built an expertise, who already know way more than I do. Why listen to me? But the thing is that people will resonate with you and who you are, and you don't have to be the best in the world. You just have to have a little bit more knowledge than the person that's learning from you, right? So some people can't go to Rob Wolf and digest all this stuff about mitochondria and LR4A and all these big words. They need to hear your version of it. So you're doing a disservice by not putting out like what you have to say. And then, yeah, you don't need to be the best in the world. You just need to be able to teach the people that want to learn from you. Like, if you've been doing it for a year, well, there's somebody who just started. So you could give them a lot. Yeah, so cleansing old traumas. You guys, I don't think that this game is about being happy all the time. I think that's bullshit. I think we live in a polarity. You know, so if you're constantly happy, you're just pulling the rubber band over here like this, and then one day it's going to snap back. So it's more about going through the cycles of it. So if I'm feeling like not so good and today's this whatever day, instead of griping on that, knowing, you know that, okay, I got to get into the next place, and I'm allowing myself to swing through it, right? That's the game, is like being in the world but not of it. Like being somewhat detached to what's going on in this world and how we feel, and kind of watching it, and then being okay with wherever you find yourself. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like my Abe collection. Cycle is important. Loved it. Oh my God, look at it. He got an accent. Where did that come from? Where the heck did his accent come from? Now, what are we going to do? Big screaming cam. So now, I want to try to just tackle some questions. Friends. So now this is one of my flaws as a human, is that I can be judgmental, okay? I have a tendency to point out flaws in other people or what. It's almost like a double-headed superpower. Like my superpower is that I can see where you have bullshit or where you're lying to yourself, and I can like poke that. Like I can be like, oh, this thing. And I say it very unemotionally, so it seems like I'm being an asshole. When really it comes from a place of love, like a deep place of love. Like I really care about you, so I want to see you be better, so I want to see you stop lying to yourself about this. Now, and then this comes out in like part of me wants to do a roast video for all these superheroes that are out here sharing their shit. But then the deeper understanding in me knows that I wouldn't actually be talking about them because I can't see them. I would only be talking about myself, right? And then there's a karma thing. Like if it's bad vibes, right? To just be like trash talking people. But it's like part of me wants to go call out the bullshit in the community. Instead of that, I'm just going to try to make my own stuff, right? I'm going to try to show up live, not do clickbaity videos, just show you that like I'm a real person trying to go through the law of attraction game. Like I've come this far, I've manifested a lot of things. I have a deep understanding of this stuff. And I'm by no means freaking perfect. But dude, this is broken. So like, the other thing is, we get stuck in this like, oh, just feel good. That's all that matters. And like, so I want to bring everybody into the depth of this practice, and that's what it is. It's a practice, and that's what my guide is for. It's just like try to take you through where you can become centered and aligned in this real place and not float off into the clouds when you start learning more and more about this stuff. Okay. Now there's like, I can't even show this online. I mean, I can't even show it because there's such a depth to this wisdom into your being, into this place that we live, that it's like, damn. My biggest manifestation, dude, probably my wife and my kids. Like they came out of nowhere, so that would be the biggest manifestation. But I also don't think that this game is all about like manifesting the next big thing. Like if you can manifest $1 billion, then you're the winner. You know, it's just like this weird idea that we want. Like, dude, I'm trying to be fucking huge, okay? And in order to be fucking huge, from what I can tell, like you have to be able to go through some shit. Like you have to become strong as a person. Like, is there anybody that you know that has like a strong, firm character that's super freaking interesting but has never gone through anything hard? I doubt it. Like everybody that's big has this story where they've overcome some huge challenges. And I think you only get in life what you're prepared to handle. So if you can't handle big things, if you can't handle things that are difficult, then you won't be given them. But then that you're also not going to be able to rise to that height because our lows and our highs are connected, right? And there's so many things. Like I want to manifest $1 million, but in my course, I'd set that intention 90 days. I knew that it would shift me, so I did it for that reason. We gotta go back onto here. But dude, as I've progressed, I can look back at my life and say, okay, if I would have got $1 million last month, like would I be here where I am now? Like no way. So there's so many places where the mind thinks that it wants this manifestation. I would like to have $1 million, but in reality, the soul, the spirit, your journey is so much different than like you having $1 million. It's not to say that you can't go and get it, but if you got it right now, it would not be good for you, right? If you're on your path and if you're aligned, I really believe that you're given the things that you kind of need now, not the things that you want, right? Even if you want, like if you want to go someplace, that's your destiny, most likely, because that's why you want it, or else you won't want it. You want something else. So, anyways, are we going to get to questions today, guys, or what? Maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? What did we go through already? I told you I was in a bit of a weird mood. I just couldn't get anything going, dude. I was excited to work. I got a little thrown off. Anyways, you guys, there's some deep shit, okay? Like it just... The Tibetans, the Buddhists who are out and sitting in the mountains, like, dude, they understand this stuff in a deep, deep way. A way us Westerners are just like, Like, dude, they're the ones that are flying and shit. Like, they're the ones that are ripping apart this reality. And it's like, we sit here and pretend that we have, like, the 5 ways to wake up your kundalini. It's like, dude, you don't want your kundalini woken up. Trust me, you don't want, you mean, like, the reality gets weird. Okay, so that's where the guide comes in. We're trying to get ourselves centered and balanced and aligned and pushing forward in a strong, like, capable, balanced, harmonic way so that we can create a life that, like, vibes and is beautiful, right? The Buddhist doctrine in like, dude, just starting to read this book. Look at this. That's all the further I got into it. But it was like, like, it's weird. I don't understand it at all. But all of a sudden, shit starts shifting and changing. It's just like, man. Like, I'm not even ready for it, you know? I got to do the Law of Attraction guide. I got to get to the next place. And then I'll probably come back and revisit this book and try to get into a new place spiritually, right? How do you use the negative? Oscar's back. Oscar, what's up, my guy? What's the name of that book? It's called The Path of Purification. You can try to get it, but it's one of those books, like, if you're not ready to read it, you ain't going to read it. It's just going to sit there and scramble, and you're not going to be able to go through it. So, how are you vibing today? Okay, we got to go back to the comments, guys. I've been missing out on some comments. We got live viewer chat. This is what it's for. It's for the viewers. It's for the chat. We're here for the chat. I need to manifest money. Passive income school. It's the best way. It's the best way I've found. Thoughts on best shower. We got to go down, friends. Love that. Agreed. Cycle's so important. Steve, good point. I hate superficial people. So we can't hate anybody. You know, it's like, it's weird. It's like fucking superficial. There's so many paradigms that exist, right? Like, it's all us. Like, what level do you want to, like, view the reality from? Like, oh, this is all us. You are everything in existence. Well, that's great. You know, you are actually one with God and all. That's great. That's freaking great. I like that. You know, that's awesome. It's true. It's great. But is that why we're here? So that we can just be the oneness and come out and just pop out of here? I don't think so. I think we're here to get through karma, to freaking realize some things. So, I'm just ranting again. What's up, Oscar? Just going through the comments. So, let's see here. What's a question you wish more people would ask? That's a good question, Oscar. Let's go. What's the name of that book? Told you. How to use the negative. Let's go back to Yuri. See if anything comes out. How do you use the negative to catapult you into the next level? I don't know. It depends on the negative, right? Like, so many, it's all perfect. And I think that's the biggest perspective change that I've had, is that it's all perfect. And so whatever I'm going through is like, fuck, this is hard, but like, what, you know, it's that story about the farmer. Like, what's the fable? It's like the guy loses his horse, and everybody's like, oh, poor guy, you lost your horse, right? And then the horse comes back with a bunch of different wild horses. Now he's got 10 horses, and everybody's like, oh, you're so lucky, you got the 10 horses. I got a nice accent going. This is nice. You got the 10 horses. You're so lucky. And he's like, yeah, whatever, maybe. You know, and then the son is riding one of the wild horses trying to break. He falls off. He breaks his arm. He's like, oh, you're so unlucky. I'm so sorry that your son broke his arm. And he's like, it is what it is. You know, and then the military, they have a big war, and the military comes. And they couldn't take his son because his son's got a broken arm, so he can't serve in the military. So they got to left him here. He wasn't able to die in the war. So it's like, oh, you're so lucky. You know what? It's like to have that perspective in your life while you're going through something hard. It's like, oh, this seems fucking hard. But what does that mean? So it's like, man, I'm getting emotional. But like, I could talk about some things that are fucking hard that you've been through, and you've just stared it in the face, and you've been like, oh, I wish that didn't happen. But whatever. It's just cool to be able to return to, like, I know that having these beliefs and understanding that the law of attraction, like, for me, dude, I just watched the Flat Earth documentary on Netflix. Like, you guys, dude, you can believe anything you want, okay? And I'm not saying that we live on a fucking globe, because I don't know for 100% truth. You know, that documentary showed you that we lived on a globe pretty conclusively, but in their eyes, the conspiracy could be that they are trying to trick you. Like, it goes too far for me, okay? But for me, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. It's like, what are the results that you're getting? And I've listened to a lot of self-help. So even if you want to go to like, is the law of attraction real or not? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, I know now from experience that it's fucking real. But at the end of the day, what matters is, how do your beliefs serve you to get results in your life? Right? So it's like the rubber hits the ground. Because you can play head games all over the freaking place. And we never actually know what's real. Because we can't see everything. We rely to an extent on social conditioning. Which is difficult because it seems like the social conditioning we're getting is a bunch of bullshit. So you have to freaking discover this world for yourself. It's like a huge giant intelligence test. But like, that's just my universe. So the paradigms mess you up because it's like, by me telling you that, does that become your universe and then you have to deal with my universe? It's like, fucking, I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. You live in your own. But the bottom line is, I've noticed in my life that when I put happiness first, my life gets better. And if my life is static and unhappy, well, there's something that I have to like rectify in order to realign it again. You feel me? Now, let's keep going through these comments, you guys, because I love the chat. I love people. Dude, I love people, okay? How to use the negative to catapult you to the next level. That was my last rant, I'm pretty sure. So, thank you for your question, Yuri. You, the man. You guys get in the Discord, okay? It should be in there. Also, if you guys watched my last videos, check this out. The camera used to shake. I mounted that baby on the wall. So this production value is going way to the ceiling. Oscar says, what's... Okay. Yuri. And Kit, how can you relate reality transurfing to step 3, stage of allowing of a reality transurfing? I'm not exactly what you're saying. Reality transurfing. You're gonna have to elaborate on that a little. What's the question you wish more people asked? I already said that was a good question, and nothing comes to mind. I don't expect anything of people really. So, how do we create community where we can just chill out once or twice a week? So now I see this again and again and again. A lot of people just want to create this they want to create an ashram. Like I do too. I want to create an ashram where we're all chilling. We're like living off the land. I think that's like where we're freaking designed to be, right? Like when the conquistadors came, is that what you call them? The colonizers came over from England and then they invaded the Indians. And well, what happened is a lot of these people would sneak away or get captured by the Indians and go live with them. And they were like, this is better. So the white people would take them back and they'd run away again because they'd rather live with the Indians. Because it's like, that's how we're designed. We're not designed to be in these freaking cities, all this connected. So like we all have this desire to live in a communal life where we're all helping each other out. We're living off the land. We're provided for. And instead, we're enslaved in a 40-hour work week. Like it's like, so that's why a lot of people are like, how do we create this community? The thing is, there's communities out there. You can go and live in one of them. Or, I mean... I'm trying to get so rich that I can buy a huge plot of land and then just like make it how I want. And then, but I don't know. It's not even like one of these things that I have to do. It's just like, that might be cool. So we shouldn't be isolated and we don't have to be, but it is weird because everybody else is living on this like certain wavelength. And when you start to rise up and be like, even like a simple belief, like if you're happy, your life will be more happy. People are like, get out of here, you freak. So it's like, it's weird. And the higher you climb, the more isolating it is because you're sitting out here and you got a depth of information that nobody else wants to learn about. And you're like, you're done talking about football. So you gotta get a YouTube channel. You gotta start going live. You gotta create your own group. You get a wife and kids, create your own fam. You just do it as hard as you can, son. I don't know the answer. Rant on what you're grateful for. Fuck you, Oscar. I'm not grateful for nothing. Love the answer, thanks. Thanks for asking. What am I grateful for? Oh, man, I could go on for days, guys. I could go on for days. I'm grateful for so much stuff. Okay? I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for this webcam that I have. I'm grateful for the abundance in my life. I'm grateful for my story, my journey, my children, my wife. Like, I have so many things that just this small little ball of all I need. That's all I need. I'll always be happy with that. But then I'm also grateful that I'm actually going to come on here and expand, that I'm building businesses, that I'm trying to help people, that I'm like always pushing my comfort zone. I'm grateful for my past self for doing all that freaking work to get me to here. I'm grateful for every opportunity that I have going forward. Travis, what usually knocks you off your path? What stuff, events, situations that delay or block your manifestation? What's your strategy to getting back on track? Man, this has been changing. I'm almost finding my new balance in my life now, because I used to. So like when I was single, I had my routine down, and it was meditate daily, listen to inspiring stuff, do whatever the heck I wanted every day, work out like a fiend, get strong, like hang out with people I enjoyed, like cultivate a large friend circle. So like relationships, I had abundance of relationships, and but then I was like, fuck all that, and I just shift like. So what knocks you off your path? Back then, I don't know, being sad, just human stuff. But I would get back on so easily because it was just me. And I just played my own head game. And now the game is totally different because, dude, when you have kids, and like we're trying, the stuff that we're trying to do as a family is different than I've ever seen. Like we're trying to live in complete balance and harmony with us and our kids. Also provide for them everything they need. Have our own careers of ourselves that we balance and manage, but not put our kids in public school or daycare or like any of these social constructs that are built around us for major convenience. Because to me, that convenience comes at a cost. So we're trying to play this game in a way that we never seen before. So struggling through that and trying to figure out what path to go and where to walk and what decisions to make takes a lot of one-on-one time with the wife, where we're just like gnawing at something like, oh, what's the answer here? What's the answer? I'm not happy. You're not happy. I'm not happy. How do we become more in alignment? So that has been a very difficult path to live with another person and to try to find out where you guys can both mesh, because it would be very easy to just be like, screw you, I'm doing this. And she'd be like, screw you, I'm doing this. But then we wouldn't find our balance, our harmony, our cohesive family unit that we're trying to create for ourselves. So we're trying to all rise up together. What usually knocks you off your path? Eating shitty. Smoking weed for too long. Kids being sick. Like just generally, the wife's pregnant right now. She gets in moods or she's feeling bad, and like I take responsibility for that. So I want her to feel good. So that can knock me off my path. As much as it, like, I understand on the level of, yo, I'm not, it's like such a weird thing, right? Because Abraham talks about how you're not responsible for her. So I have to, like, if everything around me in my life is chaos, I know that that's just me. So if my wife is not happy or something, in a way, that's me. So I have to either deal with that aspect of myself, which is my wife, or a lot of people will just ignore that and say, fuck you, I'ma feel good. But it's interesting because it's like, if that's you, if everything is you, and that's a sign to you that there's disharmony in your life, that something isn't freaking aligned. So it's much better to deal with that alignment. And it's interesting, the relationship my wife and I have is different than one I've ever experienced, because we actually try to get to the problem. Like, I don't get any room to fuck off. Sorry I'm swearing so much, guys. I told you I was in a weird mood. But I don't get any room to mess around. Like, if I'm doing something that I don't like, I didn't believe in soulmates before I met her. And then I was sitting at a conference, and these two not a conference, a concert. It's like a LOA concert. These two people were chatting. I overheard their conversation. They were talking about soulmates. And it was like, Jesus, that's what we are. And everybody has this idea, like, if I meet my soulmate, then everything will be happy and rainbows and we'll just get along super well. I don't think that's true. Maybe in some cases. But I think more your soulmate is a direct reflection of, like, everything you are and are not. So she is like the yin to my yang. The places that I have weaknesses, she has strengths. The places that she is strong, what am I trying to say? Like, the things that she needs, you know, the love languages, like the 5 love languages, the love language that she has the strongest is the one I'm the weakest at, in a reverse. So in order to help her feel loved, I have to grow as a person. Like, I've never seen this shit before. And it's not just the love languages. That's one example of many where we just like, we sit back and we just laugh because we're like, this is so crazy. The universe just matched us up like this. This is ridiculous. But, you know, I mean, I don't know if my story about Michelle is out there, I think, where she came in and we were like, you guys were married in a past life. And I was like, this is a weird date. But that's weird. Thanks for the question. Delay, like, I'm still kicking this idea around too of like delaying and blocking your manifestation, because it kind of comes from a place of like the goal is to manifest stuff. Like the goal is to manifest stuff. And like I'm just at the edge of understanding really where this is going, but I'll try and hash it out with you guys. Block your manifestation. It's kind of like, dude, we are on a path, a karmic path. Like the Buddhists are so freaking wise, and this is the knowledge that they have. It's like we're on this karmic path. We have a dharma to us, and we can kind of be in alignment with that dharma or out of alignment with that dharma. And sometimes this thing that our mind thinks we want to manifest is actually out of alignment with what our dharma is. So on a bigger scale, the grander us doesn't actually want to manifest that. That wisdom of us, our higher self, knows that that would be bad for us to manifest. So the mind is like, well, I need to manifest. I need to release all resistance. Like, I can do anything. I just choose whatever I want, and I'm just going to go and pick it. So I want 10 model girlfriends. I want $1 billion in the bank. I want to live all over the world. I want to be a famous speaker. It's like, you see how that's all like bullshit? Where if you actually got that, like, you know how much energy 10 model girlfriends is? Like, is your psyche ready for that shit? I doubt it, right? Everybody wants it to be damn Blitzerian, but you know what? I don't. That shit would be hard. And he's fucking made for it, so good for him. But a lot of people, you're not, dude. If you have any jealousy issues with the girlfriend that you have now, you think you want 10? Get off of it. You know, but it goes for money too. Like, money is energy, right? So everybody has like all these problems in their life, and then they want to just manifest a bunch of money, bunch of energy. Let's take all these problems I got and just pump it up to another level. It's like, no. You want to deal with your problems and slowly come to a conclusion that you like shift into a version of yourself that is good at money, that can make money. Because then, you know, it's the journey. Like, the journey is not the destination. Or, sorry. The journey is the destination. It's all about the journey. It's all about your walking. So if you just show up, if you just manifest this huge money, this huge thing of money, but you didn't actually work for it, you'll have imposter syndrome. You won't know what to do with it. It won't actually mean anything. Yeah, sure, it'll give you some freedom, but it's just going to create a whole nother list of problems that now you can take your karma at and go and try and freaking screwdriver those away, right? Erie, you're hitting up with some great questions. Getting back on track though, meditating, working out, like just trying to think positive. If I'm in a place like, it's weird, dude, because like the wife couldn't listen to Abraham. For me, I'll just turn on Abraham or something. I'll just be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm back. All right, good. Bah. But now, like, I'll just let myself go through it. I'm just like, oh, this is where I'm at, so I'm like a little pissed right now, and fuck it, I'll just do a video, and I'm just gonna go live and show everybody my real self. This is crazy. Oh my god, hey guys, what if people think I'm a lunatic for this? The power of the subconscious mind. It's a wild world, guys. It's a wild world. And dude, in the back of me, I enjoy it all. I love it all. Like, I've had, just go on and say, dude. Like, I've done like a 5-gram mushroom trip where at the, like, you die. You are there like, I'm dead now. Now I'm dead. I'm gone. Like, all. And the whole time I'm like, no, I don't want to be dead. Like, fuck, my life wasn't perfect, but I loved it. I loved that drama. I loved what was going on here. So then you see people who are just like, let me try to get into unity and just escape this place. Let me just meditate all day, every day. And it's like, I'm not sure that's the point. Like, I've had really big peak insights. And these peak insights tell me that it's much better to just enjoy your life and just to be a little simple farmer. Probably than it is to go and chase all this, like, fame or fortune or whatever you're trying to chase. Because you can just live a simple, easy, enjoyous life. So, like, I struggle with that too, because I also want to be huge. Not in any sense of like, oh, look at all my followers, but like, look at what I was able to do with my life because I focused and I made the right choices and I cultivated my power. Feel me? Do you feel me? So now, what's your strategy getting back on track? I think that's where he's stuck. Steve says, congrats on baby number 3. Thank you, Steve. Babies. Dude, it's cool how babies fill your life with energy. They do. Every single baby that I've had has taken my life into a new place. And another live video, I want to tell you guys about my story. But this baby, number 3, looks a lot like baby number 1. Like, it's wild. There's so many parallels. It's like time, and I've always known this about time and cycles of time, and you read David Wilcock's Synchronicity Key, but like, I can see these patterns in my life. And whenever you see a pattern in your life that you don't like, you have to respond differently to that pattern. But also, there's patterns in your life that are kind of like, it's cool because it's like we're arrived at the same place, but new. Like, everything's upgraded. We got 2 kids now instead of 0. We have a whole new range of life experience with us instead of fucking trying to figure it all out for the first time. We don't have these money problems of like where, like, dude, that when we had our first kid in our last apartment, in our first apartment that we had together, like, that was when the story about Haley not being able to afford, like, we were on food stamps. She was at the counter running the cart. Every time we went to the store, it was like, shit, is this gonna work? And one time it didn't work, and somebody had to buy her toilet paper and tampons. So, but now we're in a new place. But like, through a series of events, we went from our mountain house back to an apartment again. And now it's like, it's kind of cool. Like, when I first, I didn't have any money. We were kind of just being grateful about laundry soap, you know? Like, we're so grateful that we have detergent, right? And then I got this opportunity of like $3,000 a month. And it was like, dude, it was like life-changing money. Like, we're free. We made it out. I finally got this opportunity. But I was going to sit there and like do something I would have hated. Just write all day. And the day that Phoenix was born, Phoenix was in the hospital for like 9 days. In the ICU. That was one of the most difficult times of my life. But through that process, the guy was like, I can't use you anymore. You're fired. So I was like, fuck it, fine. But that opportunity fell away. And then immediately after, I started doing the Abe channel. I was making like $3 or $4,000 a month on the Abe channel. Doing something that I really enjoyed. So it was like so cool to see this thing fall away and just trust. And now I have the same opportunity, only it's much bigger. But it's like, it has much more potential. But since I know that I'm in the same place, I know that it could probably going to fall away. And it's cool because I know that if this is the same time loop, well, then that falls away. I find it again in a more aligned way. So it's exciting. But it's like, maybe I'm just ranting. These time loops, love it. You are past replacement. Yeah. Steve? We're having some kids. The power of the subconscious mind. Love you, Oscar. Oscar, come back to Colorado or what? What's more difficult to deal with? Sorry, Yuri, it took me a while to swing around to your comment. But what your question was is what's more difficult to deal with? Accepting career and financial goals or maintaining harmony in relationship? How do you manifest really big life goals and still maintain balance? There's parts of this question I feel like. What's more difficult to deal with? Accomplishing career and financial goals or maintaining harmony in relationships? So what I notice in a lot of people is that they sacrifice stuff. So, dude, as men, it's a lot easier to kind of be like, women, take care of the kids. Women, like, I don't want to deal with your problems. And just focus on work. Like, as a man, dude, it's so easy for me to come to this office every day and just to put time in and to build something epic. Got a little mark on my desk. That would be so easy for me. So the hardest part is not choosing which one to focus on, but trying to build one. Trying to build the entire ball in harmony. Right? Like, if all I did was focus on money, dude, I already have the plan. Like, it wouldn't be hard. It was already laid out. The hard part is balancing then the relationships and the kids and not going and putting them at daycare and not putting the wife on a timeout and not just like isolating ourselves in this like, I need some water. Am I getting through? Does this make any freaking sense? Because like, I don't think, so I want to create a complete life more than anything. So that means that my career is in alignment with what I love doing. And my family life is like, nothing is neglected. It's all in harmony. So in order to get that peace, like, dude, I don't see that in the world. I do not, I mean, can you name someone who has like the whole package? Like, everybody that I find who I'm like, they got it figured out, eventually disappoints me. Like Tony Robbins, dude's my G for a while, but then he just did some shit, dude. Like with the and it came from the wife, so she's very sensitive to women's rights issues, and like she's in that right there, so good. Okay, where were we? But Tony did something that was a little messed up. It just showed that he doesn't have the whole thing figured out, that he doesn't have the compassion on that side. So it's again and again, like, I'm trying to build this complete package with myself too. Like, I know that I have blocks and I have things that I'm working on, and it's just like, it's a wild world, dude, to try to do this whole thing. That's what's hard. So I just want to focus on relationships, or if I just, but yeah, I try to do it in order. So I try to focus on myself and get my shit dialed, my health dialed, my mindset dialed. I was listening to a lot of self-help books, a lot of nonfiction. I went through all of Brian Tracy, all of Tony Robbins, all of Deepak Chopra, all of Wayne Dyer, all of Ken Wilber, all like, you freaking name it. I read all their books. Like, I'm ridiculous. I'm an animal. I can't turn it off. I just need to acquire more information and do stuff. So the book publishing business, I'm still living off the income. It's doing good. So yeah. But that was another one of those things where I probably could have turned that into like $100,000 a month company. Okay. But I ran into one of those points of resistance. And a lot of people in the mainstream, in this like Ryan Holiday, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone camp would have said, just work harder, pound through that resistance. But when I ran into this, I got to $12K a month, roughly. It fluctuated based on month, but it was roughly around $12K a month. And dude, I was going to $100K a month, but I didn't like it. Like, I didn't love it. Like, I was making summary books, and I had this team working for me, and it was like, I checked in on it once a week, and just checked in on my writers. I had a person doing the job that I had before that, like basically running the whole thing, and I was just like, how's everything going? She's like, it's going good. I'm like, great. How many books did you publish? Published this many. What's going on with the writers? I had like a 30-minute conversation like once a week. That was my work. So as far as income and career, that was cush. That was very nice. But then I got the account shut down. Like the universe kind of goes, are you sure? Are you sure? And you know what I was saying is like the Grant Cardone camp would have been like, go sue those people, go get your rights back, go hire lawyers. And for a second, like I was like kind of going that way. But then I was like, nah. I don't like this. So why would I keep going when it gets hard? Like that's when the resistance came. And to me, that resistance isn't always something that you go plow through to get to the next stage. It's like a turning point. Like, okay, what do you actually want to do? So I had to stop for like years. And I would just sit out and run off into the mountains and freaking meditate and get my kumbaya on. That's when I started reading that book. Oscar came and joined me. Oscar, my guy. Okay? I got centered. What did Tony do? Okay, I gotta go back up. Keep explaining about them gender, family balance, and holistic view of it. Interesting. Steve, my guy. I'm glad you're getting something out of it, dude. It's like, so, let me see. Thank you for sharing. Dude, I told you guys I'm in a weird mood. It's not a really good time to go live, but like fucking here we are. Difficult moments generate deep insights. Yes, like it pulls out everything from you. Thank you for sharing real life stories. Welcome. I'm tired of influencers and teachers spewing general theoretical shit. Dude, that's where I'm at. Like, I can't stand it. You don't, and when they do share an insight, it's like this soft ass thing. Like you actually never been through something. You're just regurgitating what everybody else is saying. You didn't ever freaking have your face smushed up against it, had to figure it out on your own. Like none of this wisdom is coming from you. You're just regurgitating all this other bullshit. And for all we know, what's real? You're going to tell us at fucking 25? You're going to tell us. God, I'm 32 and I feel like a baby. It's like the first thing, like, dude, it takes time to learn this shit. You're not going to read it in a book. You're going to need it, like, experience in your life. And I think humans, they get it one way or another, sooner or later. So I have a lot of respect for people who are able to grow old. Because, damn, that's wisdom. How? Even if I don't agree with them all the time. So anyways, what happened to your book published income? Still getting checks. So like I said, the Amazon piece fell away and I ignored it. And I could probably like, dude, you could always use money, right? Like I could probably, but even thinking about it irks me. Like I could go and make another 10 grand at that. No question. But like, I'm not going to sell my soul for anything. So it's cool. It's cool to see how these things, these like setbacks that you were like, oh, I manifested negativity for myself. It's cool to see that they actually serve you in such a powerful way. Like, dude, Oscar came and visited me at my mountain house. That house was so fire. Dude, I loved that house. But like, we couldn't stay there any longer. And now that we've left, so look at this. They say you want to reach enlightenment? Okay, they say go and reach enlightenment. At that mountain house, I got, like, dude, you can't, it feels stupid being like, I got enlightened. Because, like, fucking, you're a douche. But, I got enlightened at that place. And I got to levels that I never knew possible. And I got an understanding around this stuff that was, like, freaking deep, dude. And then, you know, they say, like, go, what's the Buddhist thing? Jack Kornfield was like, go get enlightenment by sitting in the mountains, and then go to Thanksgiving with your parents and see how enlightened you are with your family or whatever, right? So we got removed from this house. Well, man, I wanted to tell you guys this. Like, I wanted to say this in a whole story, so I'll try to just give you the snippets, the quick. But basically, we got removed from that house. And I had to move back in with my parents. Like this office is in my parents' house. But what's up, Dan O'Sullivan? Dan, I'm gonna get your question in a second. I was on a roll. So, but it's like these setbacks. So part of me is like pissed. Like I'm not in my mountain house. I love that mountain house. I had so much it was money. I had, like, I let my dog out, just partying. It's like beautiful views all the time. But then the other part of me knows that that's not where I was supposed to be, because mainly my internet doesn't work there. So I couldn't do live videos. I couldn't actually work. Dude, I never worked in the mountain house. Like I was telling you, I had that book publishing business. I was working like 30 minutes a day. And we were balling out, and we were putting that money places we shouldn't have. Like we should have been paying back all our bills and all our fucking credit cards and like gotten our shit together. But we just felt like, oh, I'm going up to 100K a year. And then the universe was kind of like, oh, you're creating an identity out of this money thing. Okay, we'll take it away. And not that it's gone, but it got cut in half. So, and I was like, I'm not building it again because I didn't like it. So I'm going to find the next thing. But anyways, getting removed from the mountain house is, as much as it's painful, it's such a blessing. Like, if I could go snap my fingers and manifest it back, I would not. You know, because of this reason and that reason. But, dude, the journey is the destination. So as I come back and it's like breathing. Your life is like breathing. So the mountain house was like this up, right? And I was talking about the cycles earlier on how kid number 1, we're like back at that same cycle. So we got removed from the mountain house rather quickly. And I had to move into my parents' basement for like a few months. It's like, so you get enlightened and then you go live with your parents for months. Dude, it was one of the hardest, it was a difficult experience, right? So now we're back into an apartment and we're like back on the climb again. The same way that we climbed out of that last apartment. And it's so cool to sit back and watch, like, what's this journey going to be like? You know, and see that, I mean, it's so different, but it's so much the same. So it's like, damn, what's this climb going to be like? Like, where's the next mountain house? Like, where's the, you know, and I can already feel it building. And if I would have stayed at that last mountain house, I would have never been the person that I am now. Does that make sense? So it's like, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Tony, only heard it third hand, but he was talking shit about the women's rights movement, telling them they were just looking for one of Tony's 5 things. It was crass. Tony Robbins, he's got those 9 things that you need: certainty and uncertainty. Anyway, he's basically like those women at the Me Too movement are only looking for certainty or significance, I think. They're just doing that because they're looking for significance. When he's actually ignoring like this huge body of women that are like crying out for help from living under like, it's like, I don't know, I'm not ready to get into that topic right now, but it's like, there's an insensitivity that Tony showed, where he showed that it's not like, again, Tony, he's got this life built up into these frames, and he thinks that everything exists in the boxes that he has in his head, not realizing that the boxes he has in his head are just shit he made up in his head. It's like, yeah, it fits most things, but not every single thing is, dude, life is too grand. You can't strap it down with words and writing and say, this is how it is. I told you here. No, as much as we want to. So now, back to Dan O'Sullivan. Welcome back, Dan. How you doing? How's everything been? Hope you're doing well. I know you a little from passive income side. I love to see you talking LOA. What is your day-to-day practice like that keep you in a high vibration? Dan, dude, like I said, we got removed from the mountain house. Dude, when I was in the mountain house, it was different, right? Before I had kids and a wife, it was different. It was very easy. Then the mountain house is a little different. Me and my wife, we always try to get up and have coffee together. So we always try to talk about our day. And ideally, we start with something happy, right? But, dude, the pressures of life, and we wake up, and she's pregnant. She's on trimester 1. Dude, they got emotions right now, you know? So she wakes up, and the world is crumbling down around her. So it's like, it's not always easy. So I try to just realign myself as much as I can throughout the day, even if stuff is difficult, right? But again, it's diet. Like, if I fall off my diet, I don't feel good. So I need to eat like a paleo diet. I need to eat super clean. I have supplements. And then now I haven't been able to have my standard 30 minutes to an hour of just guided meditation time where I can just be to myself. And that's really difficult for me. So I try to sneak that in where I can. Because with kids, like, sorry, you just can't. So if it's before bed and everybody's quiet, I'll try to take that moment and just center myself. So it's just returning to the practices that I had, but trying to fit them into the life that I have now, if that makes sense. I think the little ones, So I know from day-to-day practices, keep it a high vibration. Dude, the best way for me to stay in a high vibration is like creating stuff. It's like, dude, all the things, it's so funny because all the things that I relied on before, all the things that naturally that I would do to stay in a high vibration, it's like I get cut short. Like I love to focus on something. I could come in this office and focus for like 10 hours for 10 days straight. And that's what turns me alive. So that's my inclination that I want to do. But I don't get to do that. It's not physically possible if I want to maintain my life and if I want to have harmony in all areas. So I have to find different ways. And right now, I am still in that process of like finding the best way to maintain a super high vibration, even though life is wild. Bandy, coming with the hot sauce. What will you do when white people become a minority? Isn't it? Aren't we already? Aren't we already? Man, I'm fucking scared, dude. See, I hope that consciousness comes in where we stop seeing each other as colors, right? We stop seeing each other as like, fucking, that's a black person, you got a culture, and yeah, in America. Like, dude, it's already scary to be. Dude, America's a messed up place. It's a wild ass messed up place right now, son. But also it's not. So, man, it's weird. Like, I don't even know. Talking about cultural stuff is like, where are you coming from? Like, what's your context for that? It's kind of loaded. How are you teaching the little ones? Probably badly right now, Danny. Right now with the little ones, do by example. You know, is the best that we're trying. Just to try to be a good example for them. And then just try to give them, like, we're trying to unschool them. You know, like, I mean, that's what the mind says right now, but who knows? I got a bunch of books this high that I'm trying to read to figure out, you know, that has to do with all the different schooling, the Montessori method. I'm not as psyched about that one, but who's the guy who did, I can't even think about it right now. But anyways, he started a school, and it's very, like, spiritually based, and there's schools here, and they're very expensive. So, you know, it's like we're at this climb right now where I got to get all my pieces into an order so that I can figure out what we're actually going to do next without the limitations that we currently have. So, it's cool. What will you do when people... What? Okay, where are we at? Teaching the little ones, what do you do when white people become a minority? I mean, how long is that going to be? Soon? So I think right now the Earth can branch off into two different ways, and it's possible that a version of ourselves is going to branch off in both of these ways, and then our consciousness is going to align with one or the other, or maybe it's infinite, and then we're going to choose the reality that we want to shift into. But that being said, it seems like we can either go into this totalitarian state where we're very tightly controlled, we got chips in our hands, or the whole consciousness can shift. So when you ask me, what will I do with white people become a minority? To me, that's coming from that consciousness that's going to the chips in the hand, right? Where we're like all controlled, and like then none of us are going to actually have a culture or a personality because it'll all be stripped from us. So this whole thing about like, it's all to divide us. Like white people, black people, brown people, my culture, Black Lives Matter, all this bullshit is just here to set us apart as different. So that different, when we're all different, and white people are a minority, and we still see each other as different, then it's going to be a messed up world. Because we're all going to have chips in our hand, we're going to live in tightly controlled cities. It's going to be a bullshit place anyways. So what am I going to do? Fucking be in the same cage as you. Not matter. Now, the other side of that story is that there's a shift in consciousness coming, and I can feel it. And I can feel it in myself, and I can see it in the world. And that consciousness that's coming is not going to see colors. So we're all going to become blended and mixed, and we're going to share each other's cultures. I think white people have a shitty culture right now. Like, if you look at... put that in a soundbite. If you look at some people's cultures, like Hispanic culture, black culture, Indian culture, dude, it's rich and it's beautiful and there's like a bond there. And I feel like a lot of the time it's just like fucking dried out, you know? Like, So I'm excited for when people are together sharing each other's culture, and we all see each other as one, as having stuff to teach everybody else, and just living this beautiful world together, right? Like in happiness and peace. There's no reason to be so goddamn divided. Yeah, we're all different. Tribalism. I think that's what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, we need to get back to like local tribes. Basically, that's like where we're at. We want to FBI crime stats. See, chip in the hand. Dude, I love that thinking though. You'll probably like my my truth seeking guide. You know? You will love my truth seeking guide because I get into these topics, dude. I love this. I love figuring out what's going on here. But at the same time, gotta be love and you gotta be light, because we're probably shifting ourselves into the reality that we focus on. But we are in that uncomfortable phase of the transition. I agree. You know, it's we're warriors. It's like I do kind of think that we came here to go on this battle. Like it's light versus dark. Choose your side, huh? What you gonna do? Who you gonna help? What are you gonna pay attention to? So it's like, man, and Star Wars shit, son. Aliens. People need free association and higher consciousness. People will attract higher consciousness. That's right. The universe is us. That's right. So again, you know, talking about different levels. Facts. Facts. Facts, friends. Facts. Facts, friends. Facts, 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 facts. Dude, we can get into all the little outshoots all day long. And I'm really just... let's make our lives better, you know? Like, that's what matters. Like, let's make our lives and the world and everybody else's lives better, because if we light up, the whole world lights up with us, right? I personally don't think white people have that bad of a culture. You know, you're probably right. You are right. I'm sorry. Like, that was a fucking stupid, ignorant thing to say. And I apologize. Yeah, and you're right. My focus is in the wrong spot. And I've been, like... dude, like I said... I just lived with my parents for like 4 to 6 months, something. Dude, and those motherfuckers watch the news every day. Dude, there's a struggle. So I'm coming out of this like, damn, wipe all that stuff off, because it's just not where I'm ever at. So there's some of that still on me. And I told you I was in a weird mood today when I began this, but that was an hour ago, so maybe you didn't hear that. So some of the shit I'm saying comes from that weird mood. It's not actually how I feel or what I think. And yeah, the media is messed up, dude. Identity. You know what? And you're exactly right, Ashley. Dan O'Sullivan, like, that's exactly it, dude. The old school media is dying, and there is so much light. There's so much good in the world to focus on, and there's so much, like, saying white people have a bad culture. I just mean it's not as rich as, like, what I see in other cultures. But I've never been. I've never went to the fucking Holly, you know, so I don't know necessarily. Old school is dying. Yeah, we all have beautiful cultures, and we all get along a lot. Like, if you go out, people are very kind. People are very nice. People are amazing. And it's just like the media and the stories that you see is just disturbing. Why do you even say that? Why are people watching this stuff? Why do they want to create this? But people don't know the law of attraction, so then they'll sit there and watch the media and pretend like it has no effect on them. But it just does. Guys, I didn't get to any of the actual questions. So, when all cultures blend, what difference is it going to make? Right. Dude, I don't know if it's like those movies where the aliens all come on a ship and they're all like I think we'll always be different. We'll always have like our different preferences and stuff. So I don't know. It's something we're thinking about. Most people won't admit it, but there are few people running the media. Probably only one group of aliens, honestly. So, but yeah, the whole media is all the same damn story spun in a different way to get us to believe some bullshit. But guys, you guys are getting into the truth-seeking side of this. This is not where I want to go because it would be very easy for me to run down this rabbit hole, baby. Dude, Europe is waking up with the yellow vests right now. It's beautiful. But yeah, it's all being destroyed. Like, you gotta go look into this. It's on purpose, son. That's why we got this shift in consciousness. We have the dark is running into the light. Who is going to win? Are they going to put us under Agenda 21? Are they going to take away all of our rights? Are they going to start metering our water and shit? Or are we going to wake up as a society and choose love over hate? Where are the indigenous white people? Do they exist? Dude, no, they got seated here. So this is weird, dude. You get into the Anunnaki story. It's like, oh man, all of our evolution and everything is like, you don't know what to believe. I heard something recently and that was kind of like, it's like one of these weird, it's one of those things that you take with a grain of salt, but it also makes you think, right? So what they said was, all the information on Earth is a lie to deceive you, right? So it's like, then you start going around all the books, just as a thought experiment. I have it in the guide too, but as a thought experiment, start thinking about, what if it's all a lie? Then how do I know the truth? If our history is a lie, if our evolution is a lie, if like all these scientific theories, the Big Bang, and all, like Terence McKenna says, the Big Bang, give me one miracle, and I'll give you the Big Bang. Because it's like, you still need the miracle. So they didn't actually solve anything. You don't actually know anything from that theory. You know, and then they got the theory of evolution and the theory of the survival of the fittest. And Darwin's book wasn't even, he said survival of the fittest like a couple times. He said cooperation way more times. It's really about cooperating, not who can survive by being the strongest and beating everybody out. That's one of, it's like, right, Gregor. It's bang right. Stay out of it, dude. I love the truth seeking. It's interesting. I want to know where I live. Did aliens see us here? Are there aliens among us? But at the end of the day, like, is it make your life better? Does it actually matter? And one thing, yes, if you can avoid some of the stuff that's going on, like the poisonous water or the poisonous food, or like there's a lot of little traps, little debt slavery system stuff that's negative, and you got to be able to look at that and see it objectively, and then see, how do I step around this? Does this make sense to step around? And in order to do that, it takes a lot of knowledge. That's why I made the truth guide. But it's also like a deep, dark rabbit hole. And if you're over on the law of attraction, right? Like polarity, I'm over in the truth seeking, but I'm also over in the law of attraction. So it's like they balance each other out, because I know at the end of the day, I create my reality. And if I focus on bullshit, then bullshit is going to come into my life. So look at it. Don't be afraid of it. See what's going on in this place we're in, but then realign, get into the light. Am I religious? No. If I had to be a religion, it's not even a religion, right? But it was like the wisdom that I've read that I resonate with the most has got to be Buddhism, like the Buddhists. And the Taoists, like the Tao Te Ching, basically like two schools, and they branch off in a different thought. But dude, that is the wisest shit that I've ever read, and everything else seems to me like very corrupted. So I don't know, very corrupted and taken over by the church for power. It's all the same shit in a different spin, but like, whoever controls the history controls the future. That's right, Steve. Guys, we took a turn on this, dude. It's come from my mood. I know it's comes from my mood. I came into this podcast a little bit spiced. Now we're getting a spicy combo. That's good. Whatever. We're here for it, dude, right? Living the life. Pastor Joe. I want to cooperate and get to the consciousness where I have complete trust. Steve, I used to just walk, dude, and just not care what happened to me. And I was just like, you know what? Universe, if you're fucking helping me, then help me, okay? I'm not going to care. I'm going to stop resisting. I'm just going to walk, and I'll just follow my heart, and I'll just be like, oh, I want to go there. I want to go there. And it just started being so cool. Like, the way that it unfolded was so cool. I'm like, I could never guess this. And now it's like so commonplace in my life that I see synchronicities, that I see numbers, that like that stuff happens, that it's like, it's obvious. Like when people are like, oh, I manifested this. I'm like, dude, it's just life. It's just manifested, just life. So, where were we? Complete trust, dude. I mean, depends where you're at, though. I don't know your situation. But for me, I was like, fucking, I'm going to figure this out or I'm going to die. And I noticed that little mindset will get you to where you want to go, or you'll die. But it kind of has to, because you're like, fine, I'll die. And then life goes, don't die, don't die. Well, go ahead. So it's like, all right, thanks. I did get there. Hare Krishna. Looking at the super mundane and them. Steve. Mr. Dooley. You should check out the Vedas in Hinduism. That shit is the truth as well. Yes, 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 yes. That's the highest wisdom. The Vedas, Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and that book that I showed you earlier. Right here. Path of Purification. I think this is one of the Vedas. I could be wrong. This might be like... Because the Vedas are a bunch of different books, right? But I started looking into the Vedas at the end of the Mountain House. But then part of me was like, I don't know if I'm ready to, like, is that ignorant to say? Like, I don't know if I'm ready to evolve out of here yet. Like, I kind of have some shit to do. So I kind of want to raise a family. I want to start businesses. I want to have some fun here. And then when my kids are older, like, I mean, this is the mind's path, right? But then I'll get back into going hard at the Vedas, going hard at the Buddhism. I mean, I'm never going to quit. I'm always going to cultivate that in my understanding, and that's why I'm making this class. We can all do it together. But when the kids get up, dude, we're going to do some retreats. We're going to go hard again. So I'm not... That's a good time, dude. I like the spiritual path a lot, and it's just... It takes a lot. So let's see. I'm right where you are, man. Seriously. I'm 44. I've studied every religion since I was in high school. It's all corrupted. Yes. Have you read Mark Hamilton? Let me see. Let me go check him out. So I get over Mr. Mark Hamilton. You guys, if you want my law of attraction guide, go to, or I mean this crowd, you guys are in the truth seeking too. So you can go to traviseric.com/truth or LOA or health. I got a bunch of these pages. They're all in the bar on the top, but they're free guides. If you guys are interested in this stuff and you want to see the research that I'm putting together, bang. Do you feel there should be something more to life? So, and it's hard too. Right now, I mean, like, internet marketing knowledge, super hard. So I go in different phases. So, but when I was going through, I think I wrote about this experience in the Soulfire Academy email list. Gives you all the juicy details, except for the time I got shot at. I left that part out because it was just getting too long. But that was pretty wild. I got shot at. I ended up driving my car. Man, there's a lot of context to this story. But I was driving my car in Milwaukee, right? Milwaukee's like one of the most segregated cities in the United States. So you got all the campus kids. Then right over the street, there's like a rough neighborhood. So, but I didn't care at this time. I was like fucking zoning, and I drove like just following myself, right, to whatever. So I just drove, and I ended up like so exhausted, you can't imagine, sitting down, like just parked. I was like, fuck it, I don't care where I am. I look over, there's a church, right? So I'm like, oh. And I'd actually spent the day walking to churches and sitting on the doorstep of churches. So I'm like, oh, it's another church. Okay, I'll go sit on the doorstep. I sit down. Dude, there's all these creatures around me. They look like dung beetles, right? So I sound uncomfortable to sit here because there's all these dung beetles, and it's kind of felt like a bad sign. So I go back into my car. One of these dung beetles follows me in my car. It's sitting on my dash. I'm like, I'm creeped out by that, but like I was too tired to care about anything. So, and then there's 3 kids come out of nowhere on the curb, and I was like, fuck it. You guys can have my car. You know, I was just in this like really let go. So I was like, you guys can have my car. You know, take it or whatever. And they walked by me, and I was like, okay, good. And all of a sudden they're like, boom, 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 right behind my car, shots in the air. And I was like, oh, you can take my life. Like, oh, okay. And I just like cried the rest of the way home. Just like, depth of realization. But the rest of that story that I didn't put that part in is in the Law of Attraction. SoulfireAcademy.com. Sign up for the email list. I'll give you the more of the context of that. But anyways. Now I'm going back into Heart Sutra. Beautiful. Thank you. I'm gonna go put this in my group so I can remember it, because this looks boss. Dude, the Buddhism stuff, like I don't know. They're so wise. My favorite person to listen to is Jack Kornfield. Like, oh my God. Just so good. So good. He's just so peaceful, dude. He's pure peace. But anyways, so I'm going to go put this in LOA Mastery. And if you guys want to get in this group, this is Discord. This is where we kind of like chat and try to evolve together, right? But I got all kinds of little subfolders in here, but this is the group I'm creating. If you're muy interesante. But I'm going to put that in there so that I can come back and get it. And a tidbit. Okay, now where were we? I was looking at YouTube comments. There we go. Beautiful. Y'all are beautiful. Red Pines, Tao Te Ching. So when I was going through that incident where I don't, can you call it getting shot at? People went behind me and decided to not kill me. It made me very grateful for my life. I rewrote the Tao Te Ching by hand. I don't remember what version it was though, but it was perfect. And that was one of the things that shift. So in copywriting and internet marketing, if you want to learn copywriting, the best thing to do is to go and get a swipe file of all the best copy and to rewrite it by hand, because it changes your brain. So now if you want to become an author, if you want to become an author, whatever, a good author, you take the best authors that are out that you resonate with and go rewrite their book by hand. Like, it sounds weird, but it shifts your brain. You get on the tempo and the pace of it. So I rewrote the Tao Te Ching by hand, and it just like shifted my perspective to the Tao Te Ching so hard that it's ridiculous. It was just like, Greg, yeah, I do need to take a break. I told you. It's truth in every sacred text. Has been compromised by the individual mindset of those who originated. Yeah, I agree, and I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything on earth could be a lie. So you have to just find your wisdom in your own self. And if you don't experience it for yourself, you don't know if it's true or not. So take it with a grain of salt, and then pick up the beliefs that serve you and hold on to those ones. That'll make your life better. I meditated once already. I told you I'm going way too fast today, and this was not a good time to go live, but like, whatever. Muji! There's a weird piece of me that likes to just push myself too hard, right? So like, sometimes I know, oh, I should meditate, I shouldn't go live. Oh, fuck it, let's do it then. If it's what I shouldn't do, then let's go and do it and try and see what I learn and where I grow and what I get better at. So it's part of my personality that I can't avoid. I like to push in the boundaries. Muji, dude, I have no bad things to say about Muji. And dude, I can usually find something to say about people because I'm an asshole, I guess. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm coming to grips. I'm working on myself too, so fuck it. Mind thinks, heart knows. Dude, I love Muji's stuff. I do love Muji. He's enlightened. Thank you, Muji. Maybe I'll go listen to some Muji. You know what? I'm going to put that in the group.
Free.
That voice, dude. How can you not wake up to that voice, son? I'll put in the LOA Mastery Guide. I'm going to do it later. That's how I'm going to calm down. I'm going to just read some Buddhism. Read a little Muji. All right, we're back to the chat, guys. Hold on. It's getting hot in here. Take off your shirt now. I am getting so hot, I'm gonna take my shirt off. Friends, let's hang out, huh? My favorite person is Muji right now. Thank you for saying that. I got Muji video queued up. The Heart Sutra is deep, but has some lame sections. Everything does, right? Dude, I try to do with my stuff is just to put in just the meat, like the best. But any context and fluff though, like all my stuff ends up being kind of short. Because like, dude, let's just get to the point, all right? We got enough bullshit to read already. Always a good thing to not be killed. Yeah, not getting killed is nice. It just makes you appreciate life. Because I was in this place that was kind of like, fuck life. Kill me if you want. I'll do anything. Like I was trying to find my power. So basically, I found it. But it almost killed me. So now I will find it again. Well, I am finding it again in a more like humble, harmonious way, in alignment with the universe and the things around me and the people. Many people, Judah Krishnamurti, he's very heady. Like I like his stuff too, and I've been meaning to get back into Judah Krishnamurti, but he's very heady, so he can be hard to listen to sometimes. But that's just where I'm at in my life. I'm sure I'll return to him and freaking love it, dude. Tao Te Ching for Kindle. There's got to be hundreds of them on Kindle. But yeah, go into the passive income school and I teach you how to publish books on Amazon. Like that's where I did it all, son. I think you already are in. Your name is confusing me because you said your name was not this. Okay, this is the juicy stuff that I like to hear about the thing about writing. Gregor, tell me what you want to do in your life. Like, I got tricks, tips, and secrets. Yeah, the thing about writing is cool. Like, when I rewrote the Tao Te Ching, dude, it shifted me. Like, the Tao Te Ching is all about, like, being like water. You know, like, just let the flow do it. The master does nothing and gets everything done. It's like when those concepts are the things that you apply, you're like, dang. Hidden. Save this link to never expire. Copied. Here's the link to the Discord. You guys get in there, dude. This is where we chat. This is where we're making a crew. 1,000 to 1,000 crew. So now it could be 1,000 to 1,000 in Veda scriptures and stuff. 1,000 basically means infinity. So it could be 1,000 to infinity. Or I started this group originally as a passive income guide. So then it was 1,000 to $1,000 a month in passive income. But they both work, so we're gonna do that. Bam, 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 bam. So yeah, you guys got the link to the Discord group. I swear to God, I'm not always just jabbering like this live. So just give me a chance, or don't. Do your own thing. You got a lot of stuff to look at and listen to. So do your own thing. I gotta leave the live feed soon, but my favorite Muji video is the one to tell who am I. Cool, I'll look that up. Thank you. So 12 minutes long, and I listen to it on repeat. That's beautiful. I'm gonna put that in the group. LOA Mastery. $10 minutes long? There's a ton of them. You're gonna have to link me in the Discord if you're still here. I'm not sure if you're still here. I hope you're still here. 1,000 awakenings, baby. That's right. That's right. Man, the spirit, like I resisted doing the spiritual stuff for a long time because it's like every path is different, and like who am I to tell you how you should wake up or if you're even ready or what, and it can be shaking because like virtue. I like that word. But here I am, just trying to help because I've found some shit, and I found some powers too, and that was weird. It freaked me out, so it crumbled my reality, you could say. And I had to rebuild the whole thing again. So it took me like 2 years. Here I am, a bunch of years later, back on a new level, son, ready to go. So yeah, and then, you know, part of it is like helping other people out if I can, if they want to. But really, just vibing, y'all. We're all just hanging out. Coming in the group. Come in the Discord group. I'm looking up all the shit you guys are saying right now. So yeah, and I also noticed myself get into different things at different times in my life, and like right now I can't look into like non-dualism, which is like I have a repulsion to it right now, just because. Dude, you got to get your mind going again. You got to be thinking about all this stuff. So it's nice to land some places and to have a ground and to have it figured out. for a while. And then you get back into like trying a new belief on, and you kind of got to let everything go and like question yourself again. So it's like this, there's a wave to it, right? But like in order to figure out what's real, you have to just shed everything. And to do that, it takes a lot of time and energy and effort. And after you build yourself up again, you like that little stability to have for a while. Right, Greg? And you probably notice too, like if you try to push somebody and they're not ready, like I can pick people up, but if I let go of them, they drop right back into their old life, sometimes worse off. So it's like, that's why it's cool to come live, because especially going live for an hour, because dude, you gotta care if you're in here watching for a freaking hour, right? And then the other thing that we see in our culture right now is everybody's preaching and they don't have anything to say. So like, I don't want to be another one of those people who's up here like, hey guys, let me teach you everything I know. It's like, dude, the more you know, the more you don't know shit. So what am I going to teach you that I know? I don't know shit. But sometimes I have some insights and I have some really good things that help a lot of people out. So I want to be able to share that. But at the end of the day, fucking dude, I'm not going to claim I got this whole thing figured out. It's ridiculous. But yeah, powering up. I can power up. I can teach you how to power up. The Tao, son. And yeah, I mean, dude, it's getting in alignment with this universe and like letting it kind of have your back a little, and then just, you know, going with the signs. Like when your mind is kind of like, hey, Trav, you're not in a good mood, you probably shouldn't go live. Sometimes you listen to that stuff. And then when you don't listen, you go, oh, what's the worst that could happen? And then the universe goes, this. And you're like, oh, I should have done that. So test it at your own peril. Osho, I liked his books and stuff. I really liked his documentary that he had come out, but that really ruined his name. So you can't say Osho anymore if people watch that documentary, but it was freaking fire. What was it called? It's on Netflix. The Rishis or whatever. It was about the Rishis, the Rishnis. Dude, Osho. But yeah, his books were fire, dude. His stuff was super good. And I don't think that documentary reflected on him and his character at all, right? It was like, it was the people that he had in charge and the company that he built. I mean, we all humans, right? Osho could be a little shady too, whatever. But he's got some really good stuff. I've read a bunch of his books. But you guys, the only teacher you need is me. I know everything. I'll tell you everything right now. Just kidding. The only teacher you need is yourself. Listen to this. It's the only thing you can listen to. You know what I got to do? I have my wife come pick me up. So tell her I love her. Guys, we're trying to make a vibrant, fun, amazing life in all ways. Not just like imbalance in one area. Oh, look at me, I have a lot of money, but I don't have any of this figured out. Oh, look at me, I struggle every day. Like, no, we're trying to get huge. We're trying to get free, like true freedom. Means free in our choices, do whatever we want with our time. It's really, so yeah. I'm gonna Ingram, B Ingram. Can I call you that? B Ingram says, how? How? What do you mean by how? I'm ready to power up. Oh, how? So yeah. So this is the thing. Like, if you're imbalanced and you get a bunch of power, dude, it's gonna mess you up. You don't want that. So you want to stay in harmony. And how I do that is by returning to these fundamental practices that you need to have in some way, and that's like healthy food. You know, and I mean, I've like coached people and they've been like, I can eat McDonald's because I'm so enlightened. I choose what food does to my body. Yeah, okay, yeah, I bet you do. Why are you so fat and lazy then? Sorry, that was mean. But do you know what I mean? Like, you guys, yes, it is possible to drink poison. There's yogis who have drank poison and not affected them, or taken 1,000 micrograms of LSD and not affected them. But you're not a yogi yet. Okay, son? So, dude, so sorry. Ranting. Told you it's a bad time to go live. Food. Eat clean food. Mess you up if you don't. Be in clean environment. This is how you get your ground and stay grounded. I need directions. And then I have some things, like if you want to mess some stuff up, then I have some practices in my guide. So go to traviseric.com/LOA and get that guide. It's free. I'm just creating a group. We all chilling in there. So, what's up? 1/10 human. Could be. Might not even be human at all, but it's just like easy to say because we're all on the earth plane, you know, having the human experience. So, clean food as in no animal products. Dude, fuck you and your no animal products. This is a foolish way to eat. Oscar. I'm gonna... You gotta eat clean animal products that are raised well. But if you... Most vegetarians are really messing stuff up with their body. They're not getting the amino acids. They're not getting the proteins that they need. They need complex proteins. And a lot of this stuff only comes from animal products. And then if you want to go the route where you're like... Yeah, microbes. Where you're like, well, it's better for the earth. It's actually not. It's much better to eat paleo, eat from a clean source, than it is to eat pure vegetarian. So it's like there's no one good way to eat. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a vegetarian, but like, dude, gotta grow up. It's all amino acids, not... Yeah. Not all of the ones that you need. Not all the minerals that you need. Not all of the copper and not all of the stuff that you need. And not in the same form. That's the difference. Is that the amino acids that you get from a plant for your human body is not going to be the same that you're going to get from a cow's liver. You know, and that goes to like DHA. DHA, you need that for all your cells. And you can't get the kind that your body can use from plants. So it's not that hard to see. Look at the vegetarians. They get sick. Like people who eat a raw vegetarian diet or like eat very vegetarian end up getting sick. They have a lot of health problems. And so it's not about one way or the other. You don't just eliminate an entire food group and be like, that's not for me. We're supposed to be vegetarians. Vegetarian to save the planet. Like, now I'm not saying that, like, that's great. It's all great. But you can't tell everybody to eat vegetarian. Just like I'm not telling everybody not to. Right? There is no one way fits all. We are all humans. We all have different things that we need for our bodies. And a lot of the time, eating a vegetarian diet means now you're just eating grains, you're eating sugars, you're eating all kinds of BS, and you're thinking it's healthy because you're vegetarian, and you're not actually sustaining yourself. Like, you're not getting everything you need. Yeah, and we're all made of gut microbes, right? Come on, water bottle. Yeah, and so I fasted recently, and it was basically because I like have all these cravings for sugar all the time. And I was like, I'm done with these cravings. I'm done eating. Because I knew that that wasn't actually me and my body craving something that it needs. It was my microbes in my gut that were calling out for something that they needed to sustain them that wasn't necessarily good for me. So I was just like, you know what, screw this. So I think we're like freaking ruled by our bacteria and our cultures. Yes, fiber. Yeah, they eat fiber. There's so you guys, I've looked a ton into health. So I like Dr. Sebi's way of fasting. If you haven't seen him, he's pretty cool. But he basically says like transition into it slow. Like, take a day off, and then eat the next day, and then take a day off from eating, and then eat the next day, and then gradually wean yourself into a place where you're only drinking water for like 7 days straight. I think is pretty nice. So I started by like juicing, and then I got into water, and then my wife had a holiday party, so I had to break it. I broke it sort of slow, like juiced out of it, and then ate like some small meals, and then, dude, fasting is so cool. Like, you need to try it. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it'd be way too hard, but it's not. I was grumpy. I was very grumpy, and I didn't have much energy for a while, but like, it was cool because I had a breakthrough with my wife from fasting. It was like it cleared something off my heart, and then I was ringing my heart chakra gong, and we got to a new place with each other in our relationship. So it was like I needed to fast in order to do that. But you can just tell that like fasting isn't all of religions. It's a spiritual experience. You can tell by fasting. You like stop all these microbes and stuff talking to you all the time, saying the shit that they need when it's not actually what you need. So you just shut them off by not stop feeding them. So, and you know, who knows? We got all kinds of junk in us too, like parasites and shit. Maybe, I don't know. Talking about food, I was losing hair by being vegan. I'm eating many eggs and dairy, honey, and my hair is not falling. Dude, this is, yeah. Vegan is a trendy thing. Everybody wants to save the world by eating vegan, but it's actually not that intelligent. Unless you're very, very intelligent about how you do it. So, I'm not saying, but it's in the spiritual circles, I can tell when I get lighter in my vibration, I want to eat less meat. So, but that might mean like meat once a week. But Oscar, dude, just be careful about how evangelical you get with this shit, because if you get some health problems, your identity will be all tied up into this vegan bullshit, and you will be you'll just keep yourself sick because you'd rather be sick than to be wrong or whatever. So it's just like, dude, it's great. Vegan is great, but there's no one way for all people. You feel me? Do you feel me? And all I got is love for you. So, right, dude, it's crazy too, because I'm a vegan activist as fuck. That's what I'm saying though, because what you resist persists. So when you're like, fuck meat, dude, you're gonna get sick. Vegan's gonna give you sick because life is trying to teach you balance and harmony. So when you're like, what you should be is an activist against these factory farms, against the inhumane treatment of animals. But when you say like nobody should eat animals, dude, you're fucking up. Go live on a different planet. Dude, we're here to have some bacon. It just needs to be from a good source. Does that make sense? I hope so. But I'm not the one that's going to tell you. The universe will. It's going to tell you by slapping your ass with fucking some weird ass thing that no doctor can diagnose, and it's because you've been eating not enough healthy leg bones. Just get some beef broth in your life or something, dude. Just raise your own cow and be real nice to it and read to it and shit, and then take its life in a sacrificial way and honor it, and then eat it and be healthy. Dude, yeah, I think this whole 8 glasses of water a day is not enough. But you can also drink too much water, right? So the problem is that people aren't having the right minerals. And I got this in my traviseric.com/health. I've been into diet and health stuff for so long, and I'm starting to realize that a lot of it is about these minerals. So it's about like copper and magnesium right now. Go get the magnesium book, dude. Magnesium's good for everything. And then go get Remag. I'll tell you. Doctor made this stuff. It's called Remag. It's fire. Did my feed dry out? Looks like it. Drink when you're thirsty. I think when you're thirsty, it's too late. Like you should have been already drinking. I'm getting a return in circle of leg on my feed. So. No one can tell me what's happening to me. I can see things happening. It's cool. Man, I don't know if I'm on here yet. Organifi. Green juice, baby. So one thing, my grandma said something really wise, right? She's a Christian, and dude, old people are freaking wise because they've been through it. But anyways, she's a Christian, and she's like, the only book you need is the Bible, because all the other books are trying to sell you something. Now, whether you think that statement is true or not, the thing is, everybody's trying to sell you something. So whenever you got the next hot green juice product, buy this, sell it to your friends. You just have to know what the intention behind it is. So whenever I see like Organifi, dude, they're just ripping off the organic name. Now, not saying that they are. I don't know anything about this company, right? But live dashboard, friends. Can you guys see this shit? Anyways. Tell me if you can see me, because I can't see me. If you can see me, I can't see me. I'm just a whirling ball of nothing. So, but anyways. Yes, dude, cattle are needed, man. So anyways, so Organifi Gold, man, I'll just pretend you guys are still talking, still seeing me. So again, turmeric and reishi infused. So that's great. It sounds good. These people are on it. Turmeric and reishi are freaking hot right now, but that's why you got to be careful. I'm in internet marketing. This is kind of usually a red flag for me because everything in the mainstream tends to kill you sooner. So now all these things are great, but what I really want to know is organic. I like seeing that label, but I want to know, because a lot of time I'll see a product like this and I'll go look in the ingredients and it'll be like artificial this, artificial flavor, but even though they call it organic. So it's like I want to know what is actually in this thing. Ginger, dude, it looks really freaking good. So turmeric 4-to-1. I don't know if that's a soft turmeric or not, but it's like the fact that they're putting 4-to-1 on there means they're thinking about it, which is a good sign. Organic turkey tail. I do a lot of these mushrooms. So the only thing I can say is like when you're doing organic reishi, I want to know how much of that mushroom is in here, because when you take a dose that's going to do something for you, well, I guess it's 2,000 milligrams. Dude, this stuff seems pretty solid to me, first glance. Now the next stage is trying it and then seeing how it makes me feel. It would be like the fucking certified organic vanilla flavor. That creeps me out a little. Derived from organic vanilla bean. Okay, that's good. Certified organic. Dude, they seem good. It seems good. I could give this as my stamp of approval after I give it a shot. But this is something that I would try. It seems good. Prebiotic. Cool. Nice. Am I even live on this thing, dude? The mainstream red flag. I must be live. Okay, let's go back through. Yeah, the mainstream red flag, dude. If it's in the mainstream, go. Go, 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 go. That means you, Oscar. Vegan is hot in the mainstream right now. I drink water through the night as well. Every time I piss, I replenish. Me too. I drink a ton of water and it ends up peeing a lot. But dude, so I'm saying, what is this supplement that I had? It's in the guide. Let me just go look and find it. Just simple. It's like drops, magnesium drops. But that Remag stuff is fire. Get that Remag. Take magnesium. It's one of those just additive things. Like more magnesium is better. So, and that's a good thing. It doesn't, you don't reach bowel tolerance. It tastes terrible though. So if you don't like that, you need some orange juice with it or something. But every night before bed, I try to take that. Remag. Magnesium is hot. Magnesium is super hot right now. That's coming. The next thing I'm getting into as far as health is retroviruses. I think that's going to be the next hot topic. One of the reasons that we're seeing all these sicknesses going around. Just hope we didn't get them all on purpose. Passive income school health. Big share screen. Friends, this is my health guide that I got making. But dude, I found some doctors. My bullshit detector is dialed. It's very dialed. I think it's very dialed. It comes out pretty quick these days. And one of these people that I found recently who's so good is this book is really good. I recommend this book. This is most likely a scam, but I'm not sure yet. Who's this guy? Oh man, I got a bunch of his videos queued up. I'm ready to go. I bet I could find him by going Spirulina, CHLO. Chlorella. So BioPure, yeah, this guy makes his own BioPure, but man, I got real love for this guy. What's his name? Dr. Dietrich Kleinhardt, dude. Go watch this video. Anyways, supplements and minerals is like I'm going really hard at. Heavy metal detox. I've been eating like a paleo diet for 6 years or something. Pretty clean, because if I don't eat clean, I got mercury fillings, and if I don't eat clean, I get heartburn. So it's like been a blessing and a curse. Like it sucks to have mercury fillings and have my gut ruined, but it's shown me all this stuff that I didn't know about. Magnesium is hot right now, but anyway, where's that chat at? Where are we talking about? Kids, friends, fam. Drink water through the night. Yeah, so water goes with the minerals, and the minerals, like you need the minerals in order to use the supplements, but everybody's obsessed with the supplements right now. So Yeah, and you should get it through food, but I don't think that our planet, our United States, our ecosystem is producing high quality food right now, as high quality as we need. I tried for a month just to grain. Bandy. Feminism, Bandy says, Christianity, Marxism, and feminism are all parasitic of middle classes worldwide. Yes. Yes, we are, yes, Oscar's not in the mainstream. You know, it's hard to say, but it seems to me that we are in a enslavement system. And so, you know, it's like, are we? I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, we are. So you got to be careful. So yeah, and it's designed to drain the middle class of their wealth and probably the high class and put us all in camps. But we have a rising up of the human consciousness. So it's what a beautiful game. What a beautiful game we're playing. You know, like that's what we're here for, this whole game. So I ain't scared of it. Let's play. You got to play smart though. You got to play freaking smart. Don't talk about it on YouTube. They'll flag you. I'll tell you everything. That's not what I'm about here. I'm about law of attraction, feeling good, raising your vibration, so you can see the darkness and you can shine a light on it. Okay, I'm going through, where am I at? Bandings, potato starch, organic. Starch, dude, Dr. Sebi has some really interesting things to say. Bandy, you would like Dr. Sebi if you haven't heard of him. Humans have been domesticated for thousands of years by other humans. Yeah, dude. And I don't think it's by humans either. I think it's by the Draco Empire, those nasty dogs. Dude, I mean, you know, Zacharias Sitchin talks about how we got, you know, we were made in God's image because the Anunnaki came here and messed with our DNA so that we could mine gold for them. That's the story. It would make a lot of sense of why we're still enslaved, because it's just our natural being. You know, the apple tree apples. Spilling on myself. Guys, I can chat till the wife comes. Gets me. Okay, thank you. Yes, please try to do it. Follow. I follow. What's up? Green slime. Where we at? Where we at, friends? Fuck mainstream veganism. I mean, dude, we can talk about veganism a little. I think it's great. Stand for something. Make the world a better place. But what happens is we're in a pendulum, and the pendulum always freaking swings. Just swings. And it swings too damn far. So everybody's like, you know, the vegans are eventually like, or kill everybody who's not vegan. It's like, well, now you're murdering people? Like, what's going on? Organic prebiotic. Bandy, Anthony's potato starch organic prebiotic. Feels weird to me because what I know about Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi is a wise man. Oh, magnesium supplement link. See what I can do here. But gold. Magnesium. Remag. Dude, I might even be able to throw you an affiliate link for Amazon. It's called Remag on Amazon. I'll give you the small bottle. You can try the small bottle. Text. Try this. Dude, the Dr. Judy Mikovits. No, that's the Dr. Judy Mikovits is the mycoplasm. Not the mycoplasm. Come on, Trav. You're confusing it all right now. This swirling screen is messing me up. Wish I could refresh this window. Dude, that'd be fun. Thank you. Workshop in Denver in June. What day is that? March, April, May, June. Cool. That'd be fun. Haley and I went to one around Denver a couple years ago. They're a good time though. I'm glad you like my Abe stuff. I try to, you know, take it to the next level. So, all right, we gotta get back up on these comments. You guys are more active than I've ever seen in my life. So, right on, magnesium supplement link. Gregor, I got you that, baby. It's in the bottom. It's in the description. It's called Remag. The person who makes it has really good info on YouTube. They're up there with one of my favorite doctors right now. How many grams of fiber are you getting a day? I don't know. I don't measure any of my food really. I just try to eat paleo, try to eat clean. But actually for fiber, I've been taking this organic, it's like banana fiber every once in a while. If I ever take a probiotic, I take that. It's a prebiotic first. Where's that? Maybe I can find the link. Who cares? You guys don't care. I won't find a link. Most people can't access minerals unless they are colloidal size. Think you can't access minerals? I think most people are so dumb about health stuff. There's very, like that Dr. Dietrich Klinghardt. That guy knows. I trust everything he says. That's very rare for me. It's very rare. Most people think you can't access minerals. So, dude, if he says some stuff, like, I would fuck off most people and listen to Dr. Dietrich Klinghardt. But I'm telling you, that's very rare for me to do. And every time I've given my power away like that, it's bit me in the ass. So who knows? Maybe he's just a human, like all of us. 10% human. Please do share. My mind moves so fast. How do you meditate? So let's see. Meditation. How I meditate now is, I can't remove this, but dude, it's like weightlifting. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm a weightlift meditator, but I've been meditating consistently for like 7 years. So now I do this. That's the best way. When I started, I did a 30-day trial of BrainSync, HemiSync, Gateway Experience, Paul Sheely, and for 30 days, every single day, I just listened for a half hour to one of those tapes. No matter what, I just sat in my computer chair and I just listened for a half hour. And then when I was done, I was done. But after 30 days, I was like, I can't stop this. This is amazing. So I just never stopped. But then I did like 2 years of listening to binaural beats. And this was like before that experience where I got shot at. And around that experience, I started getting like these weird ass headaches. And I saw a psychic. I think I just met her at some random time and I asked her why I get headaches. And she said, because of how you meditate. So there was something that clicked there of like this brain sync stuff, you can overdo it. Because I do feel like it accelerates you and your ability to like reach really high states of consciousness in that meditative zone. But it's possible that it gave me headaches after like 2 years of doing it like really hardcore. So now I use a singing bowl, baby, because I can trust the singing bowl. I don't know what the hell they're programming in those meditation tapes. I know too much shit not to be a little bit paranoid. So yeah, but there's stuff like that didn't exist when I started, like Calm, the app, or else Headspace. So go use those apps. But the most important thing in my idea is that when you're starting is just to do it consistently every day. Just do it. Just don't give yourself any reason. Oscar, why did you go vegan then if you didn't want to go vegan? Guys, where are we? We're at that. Because I'm back up the chat. I'm kind of going down it, so don't be mad, dude. But you guys, I became vegan because I received the message through meditation. Dude, it could have been demons giving you that message, guy. Just can't. But, dude, I'm just kidding with you. If you got the divine to go see the message, just always check in, because that is a, dude, I see like we get the message and we have to start walking, but at some point you have to reevaluate and say, is this still where I want to go? Because the message changes just like our life changes, just like the weather changes. If you can travel interdimensionally, you don't need slaves to make gold for you. Maybe not. You would think, right? Like if they're traveling here from a far place. But if they came from Mars, or the planet that got blown up, that's now the asteroid belt, then they didn't travel interdimensionally. They grew up over on Mars and came here, and then possibly they need gold. So I don't know. Like, again, I'm not telling you that I know the answer. I'm telling you, here's some theories. This is some shit that doesn't make sense. This is some shit that's more likely. But yeah, there's still holes. So I don't know. I got to read all Zachariah Sitchin's books too if I want to be completely indoctrinated into that idea. Here we go. Peter's back on topic. It looks like, how can I use the law of attraction to make Donald Trump not president? Ooh, Peter. Dude, Peter, you're not going to like this, but it seems to me that the whole politics is a deception. So I don't know. I'm just going to say, I don't know if we don't want Donald Trump as president. That's what the media wants us to think. But it seems like the media is also controlled by the same people that are trying to enslave the planet. So it kind of makes you back up a little and go, well, if they say Donald Trump is a dingleberry, then who do you trust, right? So a lot of the people like the QAnon, they'll say the conspiracy word, right? The QAnon, they're crazy conspiracy people. So like you got to actually look into this shit. So don't just say like Donald Trump is an idiot, because you got to fucking look, dude. So, and then the other side of it is how I first felt when Donald Trump got elected is that it was perfect, because now we have a dingleberry in office that'll show everybody how dingleberry they are, and then everybody will wake up. And now I'm starting to think that Donald Trump it's possible that that dude is a patriot and he's actually taken down the deep state. It seems very likely. But again, I wouldn't say anything for certain. I don't have like this is how I believe. Because I know there's so much questions. The more you believe, there's so many questions. Your Abraham videos. Oh, thanks for the link. Oh, God. Oh, let's go to the bottom. Where were we, guys? Right on, got it. Silent. See you, bro. See you, Bandy. Take it easy. You probably left already. I missed you. Or I miss you. No, I miss you. Okay, cool. Yes, thank you. LOL. What about Deepak? Deepak? Have you seen that video with Deepak? Deepak's a human. Deepak is damn obsessed. He's damn obsessed, dude. His son made a video. Like, that was an example of a guy who does not have his life in harmony and balance. But he's got some really cool shit to say, and he was a part of my awakening, so thanks, Deepak. But damn, this is why it's hard to actually balance your entire life, you know? I felt like she was texting me, dude. ESP, live on YouTube. Oh, she's taking the kids, of course. Of course, I love her too much. I did the same thing with the binaural meditations. Gregor, did you end up getting headaches at all? How long did you do that for? Just wondering. I was just wondering. I need more validation or invalidation that was what was causing the headaches. There's probably a few things, usually a few things. Hey Travis, can you send me another Discord link? Yes, the Discord link's coming. Let me see, invite people. Copy. Dude, Discord's smart. Since I'm live streaming, it won't show me the link actually, because then you guys will find it. Like if I don't want you to or whatever. Enslavement is LOA. Yeah, dude, that's the thing is like people will be like, well, how do I get LOA to work for me? And the answer is it's always working for you. It's just how do you get it to like bend and shift into the way that you want to most likely experience, and then that can be difficult because you are going through a lot of little LOAs. Your LOA, you need to get more control over your reality. In order to do that, you need to take more responsibility for it. Damn, that doesn't seem right. Sorry, totally tangential, unrelated thing. Shouldn't just check my phone. That was silly of me. Enslavement is LOA. There was an asking, wanted or unwanted. The vibration was met. Right, so I love this idea. It's deep, though, that the world is perfect. I like to feel that. The world is perfect. Nothing here is an accident. This is this perfect place for consciousness to experience anything that it wants to. So, like, the fact that we have enslavement, if that's really coming, well, like as fucked up as it is, our soul or whatever, consciousness, God, wanted us itself to experience being enslaved because it was ultimate power and it could do anything. So I was like, well, what happens if I'm in a concentration camp? You know, and it's like, Jesus, fuck, dude. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, but it's all perfect. So that's like the end game. It said it's all fine and perfect. I co-sign on that thought, Pilar. My mind goes into fight mode questions. I don't think I'm Oh, there was Pilar. Dude, I missed you. I'm sorry. Hey, Travis, can you send me another Discord link? That's where I got stuck up. Back to Pilar. I have been trying the LOA and listen to Esther Hicks and cannot stop having my mind arguing with these ideas. How do you get a disconnection and let yourself experience it? So, yeah, I know where you're at, I think, because it was like when I first started, it was like this battle between like, is this real, is this not? And that's what I talk about in my story. So I'll try to send you the link to that story. It might help. It does seem to help a lot of people. Hey, Travis Herrick. But basically what I did was like lean into it. I was like, I'm going to figure this out or I'm going to die. Like, I'm just going to live my life as if this is true and try this reality on. And that's what I suggest. And it's hard. It can be ungrounding because if it is true, now you have to rebuild a lot of your belief systems. And that's difficult. But that story might help. And then also, dude, just start like seeing the synchronicities and just noticing that it works. So you just start seeing stuff that's happening that's not necessarily explainable. And then there's, like, you can start seeing your life as always created by you. There's different games that you can play with your reality and with your mind and with your perspective that allow you to see how wild it is and how crazy it is. And then you're just like, oh, and then it works. Pilar Steve, good question. 1,000 to 1,000 group. You should click that button and it should show you my group right away. What the hell? Payment type. I'll try another link maybe. Here's another link. Maybe if you search Travis Eric, that's the group name, but dude, the link should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. I get headaches with the binaural beats, but at the exact same time, I found Dr. Gary Gregg and EFT and used that to overcome the headaches, but I didn't stop the binaural beats because I feel that had peaked and wasn't growing anymore with it. That's how I felt too, I think. And now, like, singing bowls it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. It's like, it's peaceful and it just feels deeper. Bam! Yeah, Pilar, enjoy that story. I hope you like that. And I think it's a lot of people's problems because, dude, this law of attraction thing is so strange that you don't want to believe that it's real. And it goes against all your the programming that you have from when you're a kid and what everybody else believes. And so you have to, like, experience it for yourself to know that it's true. And then in order to do that, it's just, you gotta let go a lot. Exactly, reprogram. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. When you start allowing, like, you start allowing yourself to see that this whole universe is talking to you, it's like, whatever. 606. To me, that tells me that Haley's here and I need to leave. See, like, the numbers, dude, the numbers, I'm gonna see. The numbers, dude, they talk to you. They speak to you. They tell you that you're on course. They tell you that you're off course. They tell you to slow down. That's just to me, for myself. Joy's the key. What's up, Jay? What's up, Joy? Joy's the key. These guys can't get in here. These guys can't get in the Discord, okay? Pilar, well, thank you very much. I hope so.
Haley's here.
All right, Haley's here. Gotta be out. All right, Dad. Friends, it was good hanging out. Like, we started this journey saying that I didn't feel like going live, and I didn't. And I had nothing else to do today. So thanks for chilling with me, and I hope we had a good time. We had a good time. I had a good time. It was good hanging out with you guys. It's an advertisement. Oh, man. Hacked. I feel like it's hacked. So, dude, check the link in the description. I always make Haley wait. It's like our cycle, and I'm sorry. But yeah, dude, I'm glad that we could chill and hang out. And I usually don't go live for 2 hours with nothing to talk about. But it was fun just like shooting the shit with you guys, answering questions. Get in the Discord. We can continue this conversation. Guys, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to get as healthy as possible, as rich as possible, as abundant as possible, as joyful as possible. In all ways, right? So let's get nasty. Peace, namaste, blessings to you and your queen. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Blessings to you. No better time than now.